If you've ever wondered why you work so hard but still feel stuck financially, it could be because you haven't worked on your mindset. It's not just about how much money you earn. The truth is, you could have the perfect budget, get a raise, or even work 2 jobs. But if you haven't worked on your mindset, that money can slip through your fingers. And that's exactly what happened to me until I learned these mindset shifts. So in this video, I'm sharing 5 money mindset shifts I wish I knew earlier. These shifts help me go from debt to financially independent, and they can help you fast track your wealth building journey. If you haven't met yet, hi, I'm Davinia and welcome to my Finance Corner. I've been working in accounting and finance for over 15 years and I've learned a lot both in my career and my own personal finance journey. So I started this channel to help you avoid the money traps and start building wealth sooner. Let's get into it. Shift number 1, your words have power. I didn't realize how much the things I said about money shaped the way I handled it. If you're always saying things like I'm broke or I can't afford it, then you're going to start to believe it. And once your brain believes something, you start to act in ways that make it true. I always used to say money doesn't grow on trees, and that was a real reflection of the scarcity mindset that I grew up with. And honestly, it kept me stuck. I was so focused on what I didn't have that I missed out on opportunities to grow what I could have. That included things like saving more than I needed to instead of investing in the stock market. So eventually I changed my language. Instead of saying I'm stuck in debt, I started saying I am working to pay off my debt. Instead of saying I can't afford this, I started asking how can I afford this? It might sound small, but these things changed the way I approached money and opportunities, because once you start asking how instead of saying that I can't, your mind starts to think of ideas and ways to make the thing happen. So be mindful of the words that you say. Start speaking about the life that you want, not the life you're trying to escape. Shift number 2, I am good enough to succeed. If you want to change your financial situation, whether that be getting out of debt, creating financial independence or financial freedom or becoming a millionaire, you have to believe that you can. It really does start with believing in yourself. It's easy to think that you need something more. If you want to level up in your career, you might think that you need another qualification or more connections or to build your network. But the truth is, you need to realize that you already have enough. What I started to realize was that I already have enough. I have what I need to succeed. My mindset, my ambition, the skills I use to get where I am in my career. And the moment I started to realize this, I started to make moves. I started to ask for a raise, started living below my means, saving more, and opening my investment account. Because here's the thing, confidence doesn't come first. Action is what builds confidence. When you start taking steps, you start to believe in yourself more, and then that's how your confidence builds. One of my favourite books, The Alchemist, it has a quote. It says, when you want something, all of the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. And I can actually say that that's true for me, because about a year after I decided to turn my finances around, pay off my debt, build my emergency fund, I was made redundant and I got a payout. Now, this was the 3rd time I'd been made redundant, but the 1st time I got a payout. And I can say that I received the money at the right time because my mindset was in the right place, so I knew what to do with it. I had paid off about 80% of my debt at that point, so I used the money to clear the rest of my debt. I booked a holiday that I didn't even have to pay for because I had accumulated points, and then I saved the rest of the money. But if I'd received the payout a year earlier, I would have done all the wrong things. I would have blown it. I would have probably bought a new car, went straight to the designer village in Westfield and bought Louis V and Gucci and booked a luxury holiday. But because I had done work to shift my mindset, I knew exactly what to do with it. My takeaway here is believe in yourself. Believe you are good enough, take action, and the right opportunities will align for you. Shift number 3, I can be wealthy. For years, I really thought that only the 1% could be wealthy. I thought that there was only a select few people that could become millionaires. And I genuinely didn't know anybody around me who had achieved high levels of financial success. Everybody that I knew was doing the same thing. They were climbing the corporate ladder to attain success. Then I started watching YouTube where I saw regular people sharing their journey of becoming millionaires. When I say regular people, I mean people who worked a corporate job and use their skills to start a side hustle or start a business that paid them 6 figures or made them millionaires. And that really inspired me and opened my mindset, because there's something about seeing other people do it that makes you start to think, wait, why can't I do it too? I was watching them and I started thinking to myself, wait, I have skills, so why can't I do that? Because the truth is, you don't have to be born into wealth or even necessarily have $1 million idea. Building a rich life comes down to believing in yourself, having a plan, taking action, and staying consistent. That really is the formula. Once I believed I could become wealthy, I stopped settling for just good enough or mediocre and started reaching for financial freedom. Shift number 4, you may have to walk alone. When you decide to go against the grain and reach for more, whether that be creating financial freedom or becoming a millionaire, not everyone will understand your financial journey. And that's a sad truth. Some people will be triggered, it will tap into their insecurity, and they might start thinking that you think that you're better than them. Friends might start questioning why you're skipping out on bottomless brunch or not coming to this event, or why you're choosing to drive an older car when you can afford a newer model. I've been there. I've made all of the mistakes. I said yes to everything, and I allowed myself to fall victim to FOMO, and that led to me being in debt. So now I'm okay making sacrifices and missing out because I know what I'm working towards. I had to accept that if I wanted financial independence, I may have to walk alone and be misunderstood, and you may have to do the same if you're on this journey. Just remember that the people who matter will respect your choices. You will also meet the right people along the way because you will start to attract them, and your future self will thank you for not giving in to other people's limitations. Shift number 5, my time is more valuable than money. One of the biggest mindset shifts I had was realizing that my time was my most valuable resource. So I was part of this membership group and we were on one of our weekly calls, and one of the membership owners said something that really stuck out to me. I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of, there will come a point where your job can't pay you enough for your time. And that really stuck out to me because I started to realize that as I'm getting older, so my parents getting older, and if you're a mom and you have kids, your kids are getting older and you may not want to miss out on those precious moments, especially if you're in a demanding career which is taking up all of your time. Because the truth is, you can always make more money, but you can never get back that precious quality time with your family and friends. And this really hit me because at the time I was really focused on my corporate career. I really wanted to climb the corporate ladder. But what I started to realize was what I really wanted was freedom. I wanted the freedom to travel, to do what I wanted and when I wanted. And if I wanted to live life on my terms, I can't just trade time for money. I had to find ways to make money work for me, not the other way around. And for me, this looked like investing in the stock market and put money into places that can grow and give me a return. Warren Buffett says, if you don't find ways to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die, and nobody wants that. Building income that doesn't rely on your time is freedom. So here's a bonus. There is more than enough. We're constantly bombarded with negativity, whether that be on the news or on social media. There are people always talking about the recession and that AI is here to take over everyone's industry and jobs, and there's going to be job cuts, and just constantly fear mongering and tapping into scarcity. But at the same time, there are people who are building 6 and 7 figure businesses and investing and making money online every single day. So their reality doesn't have to be yours. At the end of the day, you control your reality. It's about blocking out all the noise, having the right mindset, and focus on where you're going. Because there is more than enough opportunity out there for everyone. Those are the 5 money mindset shifts that took me from debt to financial independence without earning 6 figures. If you want to continue working on your mindset, check out my video about how to manage your money like the 1%. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and just remember, stay rich in mindset and the money will follow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.